All right. So, it's my first ever video confessional. Uh, Probably going to be awkward as shit. Never done one of these before. I'm used to live streaming for people, not pre-recording content. Um, but I wanted to get just a little bit into the first day of the org. I mean, I know there's not a lot to talk about. Not much has gone on. I wanted to kind of just touch base with it anyway. Uh, Last night was really good with the marooning. I'm honestly really glad that I got put with Shane. I've been wanting to actually get to know him for a long time, and he's really fucking cool. Uh, I think he's probably so far my favorite person in our class. Uh, had a really good conversation with him. Like, I tried to make sure I talked to everybody at least a little bit last night before I was supposed to head off to bed. Uh, Ended up staying up for 2 hours doing that godforsaken jigsaw puzzle. Hate my life for it, but going towards getting an idol. I've never done an idol hunt before, but anyway, I tried to make sure I talked to everybody a little bit before I went to bed, and I mean, I did talk to everybody, like, basically just a little bit, uh, except Shane. Shane and I, we had the longest conversation that whole time. We just kept going, talking about our org experiences, where we started, how long we've been playing, different stuff like that. And then we got into talking about the man himself, Scourge. Rest in peace, Scotty. We had a good conversation reminiscing about him, and honestly, it was really nice. It's hard to talk about him. I mean, it's only been 3 months, but like, as much as it hurts, it's really nice. So I uh, I'm glad that happened, and I'm glad I'm with Shane. Like, I hope that he's someone that I get to stick with and work with through this whole thing. Honestly, that'd be pretty cool. And the other person that I talked to the most was probably Sophie. She's interesting. She lets me nerd out about video games and whatnot, just asking me a whole bunch of questions about them since she knows nothing about them. And apparently we're BFFs now. I mean, as you guys saw, I posted the screenshot to my confessional. So she's pretty interesting and nice so far, but I'm gonna be cautious about it because I mean we do barely know each other, and she's calling me BFF, which could just, she may be a friendly person, or maybe she's trying to play a social game already from the start, which I mean, aren't we all though? But I'm interesting to see where things go, get to know everyone a bit more. I need to try to make an effort to talk to Dawson because we barely spoke. It was like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. How are you? I'm good. How about you? And then it just kind of like he talked about how he had just gotten a booster and how he was tired, and then that's basically where the conversation ended. Like, it was very quick, nothing at all there. So I need to try to establish more contact with Dawson. Generally, I would leave something like that as like the one person or two people, depending on the size of the tribe that I'm in. I would leave them as like kind of the outliers who I'm not trying to get close to. They are people that I could set aside to be okay with voting out eventually, but like, I'm trying to work on my personal socialization stuff, getting through my social anxiety. I mean, that's part of making these video confessionals. Like, God, I am awkward as shit if you guys can't tell, and I know you can tell, it's obvious. But I also need to continue working on my social game. As good as I've done, constantly improving in the orgs I've been in, I could do better. Can always do better. There's always room for improvement. So I'm gonna try to leave nobody behind, leave no outliers. make this difficult on myself, try to get close to everybody. Because, we're here for fun. We're here for socialization. So it's worth it, despite the fact that it may be hard in the end, getting close to people and having to vote them off. So from there, I guess the only other thing to talk about is the idol hunt. I'm proud of myself. I'm usually just clueless as fuck. I've had, like, in my last org, our cast list had an idol hunt command right in the bottom, right in our faces, that I think only one person saw, and they saw it like later down the road, and I didn't even catch it. And I used to pride myself on being very, very attentive to things. I've had idol clues put in my face that I've totally missed. So this time, with the ID cards being mentioned, I knew that there had to be something more with that before I even did the command to look at it. I was like, it's a cool thing, obviously, that's being done for us, but I was like, there's a reason. There is more than just an ID card. And then I saw that QR code and immediately knew. And so from there, I obviously started the idol hunt. I mean, you can see immediately I went and got the QR code scanned, found the command, and started working on it, looking through the list of 8 different things to do. So I stayed up for 2 hours last night when I was supposed to be asleep working on the jigsaw. That sucked on mobile, like really bad. That was over 200 pieces, and unlike any of the jigsaws I've had to do in an org before, this one required rotating pieces around. So not just finding where they go, but literally rotating them, and it kind of really sucked. I had to piece people's faces together first. Then I tried working on the show name, like the logo part. That one didn't go as well as I thought it would because the pieces were cut in a very interesting way that made it not so obvious how they were pieced together. That and the whole having to rotate them made it a guessing game as to like there'd be some that were ends of 2 different letters, so it was a guessing game as to where it went and what the orientation of the pieces were, and that was a whole thing. So I pieced together faces and then started doing the quotes as well. I did the bottom portion, and then I started trying to connect like everything together, not around the edges, but around the edges of everyone's frames. Either way, yeah, 2 hours, got that done, got that out of the way, went to bed. Woke up today, and let me see here, since I know spectators can't see my submissions. The next thing I did was the Sporkle quiz, the community episodes by any word. Got that one done. Didn't take me too long. I mean, I had to do a few tries and just keep a couple of keywords in my mind, and then that went good. The the goddamn dexterity thing, doing the numbers from 0 to 100 in under 300 seconds, that took me a good while. I mean, I say it took me a good while. I submitted that 22 minutes after the Sporkle quiz. It felt like a lot longer than 22 minutes. Either way, got that done, was very, very glad. And then I went and did the, whatever it's called. Let me see. I have it right here. The Picto. That thing, that one is in my confessional. Not completed, but like close enough. You guys saw I was struggling with that one. I was doing it on my phone and on a laptop, and I had both of them on dark mode. I kept zooming in, trying to find, because there are spots around, like below the heads and beside the heads and stuff where the squares aren't actually perfectly black. They have like these little artifacty, pixely discolorations that you have to match up right. And then the top row is 6 completely black squares. 2 of them were very obvious where they went if you zoomed in on them in the middle, because they were kind of artifacted off of one of the names. So you just line that up, and then the other 4 up there were just plain black, and you had to keep switching them around, rotating where they went until it finally clicked and said, hey, you're done. And it took me a really long time of trying to do that on mobile and on the laptop. Just wasn't having it. Thought I was doing something else wrong, so I just stopped and I went and did a 2-hour live stream. And then as soon as I got off, I just immediately pulled it up on my computer, and I got it done, like, immediately. Got it figured out. I just sat there and messed with the 4 squares for about 2-3 minutes, and then boom, it finally took and said I was done. So got that finished, got 4 out of the 8 credits that I need to get the idol, and I know it's going to be a race to get there. Spectators, you guys obviously most likely know, like, even though you can't see the submissions, see how far people are, I'm sure they've talked about it. You've seen who all has found the clue. I know from the Picto, by the time I was done, 3 other people had finished it. One of them, I believe, was Sophie, because I was working on it when it said only 2 had finished it. And then while I was in the middle of finishing it, I see her pop online, and within like 2 minutes, I see a 3rd person has finished it. So that was interesting. I think Sophie had that one done before me. But I'm gonna keep going after this idol clue because, or not after the clue, after the idol, because, you know, I've never had one, never done an idol hunt. I want it real bad. Lucky needs an idol. So I've just got 4 things to do. I have to do the 24-hour DM break. Just have to figure out the logistics of that. If I just have to not DM people and then show screenshot proof that I haven't DM'd for 24 hours or what, and then sacrificing a vote at a tribal I have to do. I have to play a fake idol, and then I have to do the choose WLLL in my submissions, which I will get to that sometime today. That'll give me a 5th credit, and I'll be down to just needing the last 3. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's where I'm at. It's 12 minutes of me ranting. Didn't expect to go on even close to this long, but, you know, like I said, I'm socially awkward, and I've never done a video confessional before, so yeah, and I hope you guys fucking enjoy this or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna try to do one of these every day or every other day if I can, like, depending on if things happen. I want to do a mixture of, like, you know, showing screenshots of chats that I have with people, but I want to, like, I'm going to keep notes every day of things that happen, like, key things to talk about that happen, so I can properly recap it. And it'll help me, if I get to Final Tribal Council again. I know I really need notes of things, because when I made it to the Final Tribal Council in the last org, I was asked about things, and there was a lot of stuff that, like, got mixed up, muddled up in my memory because a lot had happened. There was a lot that I was running in the background, not thinking about the things that other people were wondering about. So I need to keep notes present, help me through this whole thing. So yeah, that's my plan. I will do that and try to do video confessionals as often as I can whenever key things happen. So keep your guys' eyes peeled, and yeah, you'll be seeing more of me. All right, have fun.